Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are looking at a live DevOps CI/CD pipeline. This shows how code moves from a developer system to a live running application automatically. Right? So you can see this is one of the architecture which I have created for your guys understanding. So here you can see the CI/CD mode is there on the left hand side. So what is meant by CI and CD? CI is basically continuous integration, which is code is integrated automatically, and CD which is used for a continuous deployment, like the code is deployed automatically. Right? Now you can see that here are the few steps is there in the live DevOps CI/CD pipeline simulator. You can see here the developer it's going to write the code and push it into the Git, right? Using the few of the Git commands like git add, commit, and push. As soon as the code is pushed, the GitLab pipeline will start automatically, right? So no manual work is needed here. You can see the step 2 is here like the GitLab repository. So under the GitLab repository, you can see that once the developer has pushed the code changes to Git or GitLab, the code will come to the here. You see the code is stored under the GitLab repository. Exactly what happened here? GitLab reads your .gitlab.yaml file and it triggers the pipeline based on the code. Now GitLab acts like the control center of our pipeline. The third one is like a runner. So GitLab tells a runner to execute the job. You can define runner or your any machine, like in your local machine or your AWS or any cloud machine, either EC2 instance or virtual machine. You can make anywhere and you can attach with the GitLab repository. Basically a machine only like working like our virtual system. Okay, it's actually run the pipeline steps. Basically GitLab just giving the instructions, but the runner does the real work. Okay, now let's come to the next point, the Docker engine here. Now runner uses a Docker to build and run the application, because here this complete flow which we are going to execute via the complete CI/CD flow using the Docker. We are going to deploy our application using the Docker application. So this is the thing which we are going to use here. Docker will going to create the image here and going to execute the image and creating the container. So once the container created, the application will be live. You can see on the right hand side all the logs that is showing here ready for execution. Like developer push the code, GitLab pipeline trigger, runner building Docker images, Docker container started, and application deployed successfully. Right? Now you can see that the user can access it in the browser. Now the full process is automatic. The full process is automatic. Now let's see the hands-on. So now you can see in this page complete DevOps CI/CD project flow is the one. You can see the GitLab, Ubuntu application, Docker, and CI/CD. So everything has been defined here. So here we'll have to follow these steps and we'll have to execute the real-time hands-on on the beginner level. Okay, so we'll follow this one. The step 1, the create project, and follow this step. Step 1, create a project in GitLab, then open GitLab. So here is the URL for the GitLab. Just click on it. It will redirect to the web page. Now the gitlab.com. Right, here we'll have to create a project here. Just click on the project on the left hand side. The right side you will get the button new project. Click on the new project and you have to provide the project name. Before that we have to create a blank project. Okay, now provide the project name here. So I'm going to provide the project name as a beginner project 1. Okay, after that we have to select a project URL. Project URL should be yours. So I already have project URL which is a DevOps CI plus. So I'm going to select that one. The next one is optional. You do not need to select. Visibility level is depends on you if you want to keep public, private, or internal. So I'll keep it is here private. The next one is a project configuration. Keep as it is and create project. So once you click on the create project, your repository has been created successfully. Now you can see this is our repository was successfully created. Let's go back to documentation and follow the step 2. What is step 2? Clone GitLab repository and set up the project. So just we have to clone the repository to your local machine and we have to set it up. So see, just copy the HTTPS URL from the GitLab repository. I'll just copy this URL from here and I'm going back to the Ubuntu machine. If you do not have Ubuntu machine, you can use your AWS EC2 instance as well. Okay, so let me, and make sure you should have to install the Git here in your local shell, because we want to clone the repository and you should have the Git. So I already have a Git version here and I already installed. If you don't know the command, so here is the command like sudo apt get install git and -1. Using this you can execute the Git plugin here. So already I have, that's why it is not going to install it again. Now I'm going to write the command git clone and the URL. So once I hit that, it will ask me for the username and password. So I'll provide my username and I'll provide my password. So I'm using here my personal access token. Okay, it's denied. Let me copy it and again paste it. I'll give the username and password. Okay, now you can see successfully clone the repository. So I'll go inside the repository using the command cd, which is a change directory beginner project. Let's do ls and check only one file is there, which is a readme.md. okay, now we can validate from here as well. See, the readme.md file is there. Now let's go back to the documentation and see here the step 3, which is a create HTML application. Now we create our first application file inside the Ubuntu project folder. Okay, so here we have to create index.html and we'll have to paste the below code. Okay, because this is sample and beginner level of project, that's why we are going to use very beginner things. Let me create a index.html here. So using the cat command, and I'll paste the content. So inside the content you can see only I have given the title like GitLab DevOps project 1 and the body welcome to DevOps tutorial. That's it. I have 2 files now, right? Let's validate GitLab DevOps project 1 and welcome to DevOps tutorial. Okay, now let's go back to the documentation and see the next step. We'll have to install the Docker on our Ubuntu to run our containerized application, right? So I already installed the Docker in my system, but if you don't know how to install, here is the command like sudo apt install docker.io -y. You can install it directly. I'll validate this one only. Okay, I'm going to validate this Docker version here. So let me execute the command sudo. Let me remove this one docker --- version, because I am already inside the sudo version. Okay, now you can see the Docker version is 27.5.1. Just you have to follow these steps here for installing the Docker plugin here. Now let's scroll down and we'll have to create a Docker file. We already created an application file which is an index.html. Now we'll have to create a Docker file here. So same command like cat and Docker file, and I'll paste the content. I'll copy the content from here, go inside the terminal and paste it. Then we should have to understand like what is happening, like from nginx :latest. So this nginx server latest, this thing is pulling from the Docker Hub, official Docker Hub. The next one is copy index.html to this user share nginx html and index.html location. So it's going to copy this current file to this nginx location, which is inside this location. Okay, and after that the expose 80. We want to expose this on 80 port. Now you can see we have 2 files, Docker file and index.html file. Now let's go back to the documentation and see the step number 6. So our step number 6 is here. Install the GitLab Runner. Okay, so here is our step number 6, which is for install the GitLab Runner. So here is the complete commands for installing the GitLab Runner and register the GitLab Runner with our Ubuntu machine. So the first one is a download GitLab Runner binary. You have to copy this. I'm going to cancel this. Let's see ls. See, the plugin has been downloaded. I'll remove this one. I already have this thing. Okay. So currently I have 3 files: Docker file, readme, and index.html. Now let's scroll down. Let's follow the step number 7, which is a register runner. So what is inside that? Go to the GitLab setting. GitLab setting and this thing. So see, this is our GitLab repository. Left hand side, if you scroll it down under the setting, you will get an option CI/CD. So under the CI/CD, you can see the runner option is here. See, here is no project runner found, but right side you will see the option create project runner. Just click on the create project runner. Here we will have to provide the necessary details, like for the creation of the runner, the tag. So tag is the most important for our YAML file, because when we want to execute any pipeline, we should have to attach a tag. So tag is like an identifier. Okay, so we'll give the tag is here like project underscore demo 1. Okay, so this is our project tag. Just scroll down. This is an optional thing. If you want to add the check, you can, but I am not going to do anything. Log to current project. I am using this tag for other project as well. I'll click on the create runner. So once I click on the create runner button, you will see the option here for the different platform, which is an operating system, cloud, or container. So what we are using here? I am using here Ubuntu Server, right? So I am going to select the Linux one here only. Let's scroll down and see the step 1. Here is a copy and paste the following command into your command line to register the runner. You can copy paste directly this command and your runner will be attached with this GitLab account. Okay. So there is one more option here in the documentation which I have given. So let's go back to the documentation and scroll it down. See. So go to the GitLab setting, the run register command. So sudo GitLab runner register. So I am going to hit this command here. It will ask me for the provide the GitLab URL. Why I am executing this instead of this? Because I want to show you like how it is working. So see, enter the GitLab instance URL. So what is our instance URL? Our instance URL is our gitlab.com. So just paste this URL here, enter the registration token. Where we will get the registration token? Let's go back to the GitLab and see here the registration runner authentication token. So copy this token from here, go back to the terminal and paste it here. Enter name for a runner. So runner will name we have to provide project demo 1. Enter an executor. I am going to use here the shell, right? So we can use here shell. Now you can see configuration was saved in the config.toml file. Let me clear the screen and validate using the sudo GitLab runner list command. See, the last one is showing the project underscore demo 1, right? Now let's go back to the GitLab and validate the runner has been attached with this or no. Let me refresh and see the project underscore demo 1 it is showing, right? And it is showing offline. Let's see the status. Runner has not contacted GitLab in more than 2 hours and last contact was 40 seconds ago. Okay, so it will take some time to become online, like 2 to 3 minutes. So meanwhile we'll do the other activities. Okay, let's go back to the documentation and see if you are facing any issue for the Docker permission like sudo or this. So you can use this command like add GitLab runner to Docker group, like user mode -g add Docker GitLab runner, restart a Docker service and restart GitLab runner. So this all sudo password is used in your pipeline, but I am already inside the sudo, so I am not going to do this thing, right? See, I am already inside the sudo. Okay, let's follow the step number 9, like create .gitlab ci.yaml file. Now we'll have to create a main YAML file here. Okay, .gitlab ci.yaml file, and this is the main file for our execution of the pipeline. See, I already have a template here. Let me copy the template from here and I explain those things as well. See, the stages is here, the build and deploy 2 stages under the build job. stage is build, tag is shell. So by default tag is here shell, but in our case tag is project underscore demo1. Okay, after that under the script you can see here the building a Docker image and docker build -t GitLab demo and dot. This is a normal or Docker build command. Okay, the next one is here the deploy job. Now you can see under the deploy job there is stage deploy. The same tag I am going to use it here. Under the script it is deploying container, the docker stop GitLab demo true. It is going to stop if already have a container with this name. It's going to stop and going to remove this one using this docker rm command. And then after that again going to create a same container with the name. In the container ID will be different but name is same, right? On the 8080:80 port. Now let's go back to the terminal and paste the code. So before directly go with the actual flow, we'll try to remove these tags because I'll show you how tags will work for the Docker execution, right? So let me open this and I'll remove these tags from here. Okay, now so currently we are going to execute this YAML file on directly the by default runner on the GitLab side. Okay, so now let me check the status for that. Git status. See, I have 3 files: .gitlab, docker file, index. I'll add those things. I will commit -m, will provide the commit message, added new files, without tags. Okay, without tag. Then I am going to push the changes. Git push origin main. Git push origin main, and make sure we are in which branch. So I'll validate that. So I am inside the main branch. That's when git push origin main. I haven't created any branch. This is a testing one. So that's why. Let's provide the username and password. Let me provide my token here. See, my data has been pushed successfully. Let's go back to our GitLab and go inside the registry under the code repository. Now see here the changes has been done in the 49 seconds ago, right? Now see under the .gitlab ci.yaml file and all the file has been came. Let's check the pipeline. The pipeline execution has been started, but it's showing failed. Why it got failed? Let's check. Click on the build job. After that, see the line number 29. It is showing docker command not found. Why docker command not found? Why it happen here? Because we haven't provided any tags here, right? We have not provided any tags here. On the right side, if you see the runner, it's by default. That's why. Now let me go back to the terminal. I'll update this thing. See, I'll add the tags here. Tags project underscore demo1. Same thing I will add under the deploy stage. Project underscore demo1. Let me save. Before save, I will validate the project name. Let's go back to the settings, CI/CD, and validate the runner name. See the project underscore demo1. Okay, it's correct. Now let's confirm and save it. Okay, let's do the things. Git add, then git commit. We have updated the tags. We can say that fix : added GitLab runner tag. That's it. Now git push origin main. It will ask me for the username and password. I will provide it. See, data has been pushed successfully. Let's go back to the GitLab repository. See, that new data has came here, right? Now let's check the YAML file. See, line number 7, 8 and 15, 16 tag has came here. Let's check the pipeline. Go inside the pipeline. It's running. Click on it and see our first job executed successfully. So under the first job, what is happened? It's created an image. See, the build is happen here. Docker build -d GitLab demo dot. See, all the layer has been completed here, right? And with the right side, if you see the tags project underscore demo. Now let's go back to the other job, which is a deploy one. It is in pending state. Let me refresh it and see the job executed successfully. If you see the line number 2021, it's been created. The container ID came here. Let's validate via the terminal. See the Docker PS. This is the thing it is showing here. Docker GitLab demo 21 second ago created. Let's see the Docker images. See the GitLab demo 3 minutes ago has been created. Okay. So this is the flow like which we have created and we did for the build and deploy via the CI/CD pipeline. Okay. Now this is the one thing is happened. So we want to expose. So this is our port 8080. Let's go back to the browser and hit the URL localhost 8080, and the symbol came because in our YAML file in our index.html file we have one rocket symbol. That's why it is coming like that. So let me go back to terminal and I'll show you. See, welcome to DevOps Z Plus tutorial, and the rocket symbol is there. That's why this structure came. I'll update this with the 026. I'll add this. I will commit git commit -m, and I will add. I can say that like fit, like updated or added a new feature. Okay, added new feature. That's it. Let me push this. Git push and provide the username password. Okay. Okay, again I have given. Okay, now data has been pushed successfully. Let me go back to the repository and checking the pipeline execution started again. See, it's in pending. Let's click on it. Click on the build job. See, it is showing this job has not started it. So let me refresh it. Sometimes it takes time because I am using a local runner here. Okay, now see, the job has been successfully done. The new version for image has been created. GitLab demo latest. Okay, let's go back and check the deploy job as well. Click on the deploy job and see the job execution started. It's done. See the line number 21, new ID has been created. Okay, let me check inside the terminal. Docker PS. See, 17 seconds ago, right? 17 seconds ago. Now let's go back to our browser and hit this again. I'll refresh it. See, welcome to DevOps Z Plus tutorial 2026. It's been updated, right? So this is the flow, guys. We can do the CI/CD using the Docker. and this is a very beginner level of project. So everything I have given in this documentation. Okay, everything is available here. I will add this documentation link in the description box. You can take the reference from there. Okay, now let me go to the next page and I'll show you the flow. See, this is a real-time GitLab CI/CD pipeline which we have seen. So here what is happening here, like developer is going to push the code changes, right? Then changes will come to the GitLab will execute the pipeline automatically through the GitLab Runner. The GitLab Runner which we have integrated with our local system, where we already installed the Docker, right, which is a build stage. So once Docker image has been created, means a build stage done, it is going to deploy in this container. So this is the flow which we have done it here. So I hope guys you understood this flow. If you like it, please like, share and subscribe.